All right, so last thing to fix, Elijah. I'm gonna let you take it.
All right. So I feel like the UFC needs some fixing. Um, and in my notes, I wrote a lot of things, but I'm gonna basically sum it down to two main points. You have the UFC, Dana White, chasing ghosts. You have all these different side missions, side quests, business ventures that are flopping, notably flopping though. The slap thing, flop. Tough is starting to flop. The Dana Fight series is starting to flop. Like things are flopping. Um, in turn, and mostly in terms of creating new stars. That's what's the flop. It's like you have all these different ways to put fighters out there, but you're not creating no new stars, no new. There aren't any more Conor McGregor's, and I hate to say that, but there's a reason Conor has to keep coming back because you need super fights. You need box office. And a lot of these guys now are not box office unless you're talking about the very top of each division. And each division probably has three guys that you would consider the top. But I mean, you look at the heavyweight division, who's really box office in that division? Who? I mean, Tom, but I don't even know if I consider Tom box office. I don't know. When Tom Aspinall has a fight, do you get the same feeling you get when a John Jones fight is announced, when the Alex Pereira fight is announced? No. And I think Tom is one of the best in the world. But look at how much hype was just around the Pereira and Gon fight. And if you know anything, you knew Gon was going to win that fight.
Yeah.
So it's like, but Pereira put hype around the fight, just aura, being who he is, being a mega fighter. So it's like when you peel the layers back of the UFC landscape and you realize how top heavy it is, then you realize once you get outside the top two, top three guys in every division, it's really just a meat grinder at that point because all of these guys are getting paid and treated like independent contractors, yet their contracts are exclusive. So you're telling these guys, hey, if you win, you get X, and if you show up, you get another amount. So if I show up and I lose, I only get 1 million. If I show up and I win, I get 2 million. Simple concept. The problem is if I sign a contract or I'm under contract with the UFC, then for one, they can determine what they give me from a fight to fight basis. So it's not as steady as people would think. But also the simple fact that you're under an exclusive contract. You can't go fight anywhere else. You can't go make money
Mhm.
anywhere else as a fighter. But if you get hurt, not only do you not get paid, you still are under contract, so you can't go make money anywhere else.
Right.
Also, sponsorships. They don't have sponsorships anymore because of the Reebok thing. So now, where you used to have a lot of these fighters, these star guys, where you would have five, six stars in one division, like the light heavyweight division, had a bunch of them at one point because they could put their own sponsors on their gear. You could wear sponsors on your trunks. This is stuff that guys could use to feed their families. I can afford to fight in the UFC because I'm making $500,000 to $1 million just off sponsorships. You see what I'm saying? So then you have a division where you got Rampage in the division, Rashad Evans in the division, Chuck Liddell in the division, Randy Couture in the division, John Jones, the young buck in the division, got Matt Hamill in the division. Like you have all these guys in one division. Dan Henderson. all big name guys who people who put butts in seats. And to get back to that, you have to allow more freedom for your fighters, meaning I don't you might have to drop the Reebok thing. Let these fighters go back to putting their sponsors on their trousers. And if you're not going to do that, then you have to either increase the pay or you have to start treating these contracts like independent contracts. Every fight is a contract. And if a guy, because now you get fighters who would rather, not saying no names, but you're getting fighters who would rather go to the PFL and fight for $1 million. You got fighters who would rather go get a bag with Jake Paul and make $1 million, other than staying in the UFC and getting 500,000 to maybe, you know what I mean, to maybe win a fight. And these dudes is risking their life every time they step in there. Yeah, I think you have to increase either the pay, you have to increase the benefits, and if you can't increase the pay and benefits, which they absolutely can, let's be clear, the
Hell
UFC
yeah.
can increase the pay and benefits, so that's an option. If you're not going to do that, then you got to drop the sponsorship and start treating these guys like independent contractors, and that's it. Them the only two ways you can fix it, because if I'm a star, if I'm the top fighter in the world, and it's kind of like what I said about the WNBA. If I'm the top fighter in the world and you're not paying the top dollars, why would I come here to fight? And it's
Right.
that simple. It's that simple.
I got two more.
Okay.
I want to add on to that because that was actually good, man. That was great. I think they also should implement like how they used to do, like a ranking system, man. Don't just
Mm-hmm.
go off popularity. Go
Right.
off who deserves the fucking title shot. Make these motherfuckers climb the ladder. That's what I feel like is missing too, is like you got motherfuckers that feel like they earned it when they didn't earn it yet. You're just going off of
Yeah.
popularity. That's why we getting all these 3, 4 bout matches, and it just feel like it's not played out, but played out.
Yeah.
It's not as hype as the underdog that's fucking, like like any other sport. It's a sport. So you got this underdog that's just beating everybody. Boom, boom, boom. This motherfucker is not supposed to be here. That's gonna make it exciting too. It's gonna again create a new star.
Yeah.
Now, this
So
guy, this underdog guy who's beating up on everybody, beating all these top guys, is going against the champion, right? He
yeah.
beats the fucking champion, and that's an amazing story. That'll fucking be as big as a Super Bowl, man. Like, they need moments. That's what I'm getting at. They need moments. They need to create, like you said, new stars because these old guys can't keep carrying this shit forever.
No. No. And I think for a long time, Dana was pampered by just having the best fighters in the world. You had Anderson Silva, you had George St. Pierre, you had, obviously John Jones. You just had the best fighters in the world, the most skilled guys in the world. And now the balance of power is kind of leveling out, man.
Hmm.
It's leveling out where you're getting these talents coming up in these other organizations, your Bellators and your ones, and they're getting to guys just as talented who are coming over here whooping ass, like
Yep.
Michael Venom Page, Demetrius Johnson. Those guys are coming from these other organizations and becoming legends over here. So you have to market that. Hey, this isn't where the best fighters in the world are. This is where the best fights in the world are.
Exactly.
And that's what they have to get back around building, where and there's no more storylines anymore. They're just forcing
Right.
storylines together. Like there's no more George St. Pierre's versus BJ Penn. There's no more storylines like that anymore, where you're getting 2, 3 fights, you're getting rematches, you're getting like when you get a rematch, it's like 3, 4 years down the line.
Hmm.
And the two dudes is washed up. It's like we don't even care about this anymore.
That's why I think they should have like a weekly program where it's like on this weekly show, like how everybody hates it because it's fake. WWE, you got this Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever night show where it's like the main like a card where it's like to see who's going to challenge the champion. Basically, like to
Mm,
showcase these different
right,
fighters. You need to upbring something like boxing do. Like they have these offspring little shows where they do a weekly thing. Remember how ESPN used to do, where they
right,
had it where they go and showcase young Floyd Mayweather, young Tank to the world, just to show them
right.
and they earn their spot. They
Yeah,
earn their right, and they getting a segue. Like, how you gonna see these new stars if you're not showcasing them?
right. And then you can't. The one thing that has really watered down combat sports is this idea that once you lose a fight, you're useless. Like guys losing fights. This is MMA, right? We've seen Chuck Liddell lost fights and still got put in title fights right after that and won the title because
Yep.
this combat sports. It's the fight business. The unpredictability is what used to sell, and y'all got so spoiled with having guys being as dominant as Anderson Silva and John Jones, and y'all keep trying to find the next one of those. So y'all push Conor McGregor as that guy. Then y'all push Jorge Masvidal as that guy, and y'all just kept trying to find guys to be that next person, and then they lose and now they're no longer that guy. And I think that also plays a part. It's like once a guy loses, we stop building him up. Sean O'Malley was the biggest thing in the world. He loses. Now we stop building him up like he's the biggest thing in the world. Did the same thing with Max Holloway. Did the same thing with Michael Johnson. Did the same thing. Like a lot of these guys fall victim to it. They have a run and then they lose a fight, and then it's like, oh, well, hype train over. When it's like, no, it's not that simple. All of the greats lost fights. All of them. You don't just get rid of them because they lose a fight. You know what I mean? Now you can argue and
Yeah.
say John Jones never lost a fight, but he's a anomaly, obviously.
One of a
For
kind, man.
for the most part, everybody takes a loss. Everybody loses. So why throw guys out? You didn't do it to Hort. You didn't do it to George St. Pierre. You didn't do it to those guys back in the day. Matt Hamill, he used to take some beatings, but he used to give a lot out. But you didn't do that
Right.
to him. The same
Like,
type of energy that built the sport, Dana got away from it, and he made it a super business. And when you make a super business, you have to constantly think about money.
yep.
So everything for him is how can I book the biggest fights for the least amount of money? So you're not getting the biggest fights you could possibly get. You're not getting these massive rivalry fights anymore. You're not getting these massive mega fights anymore. You're
Yep.
not getting Chuck Liddell versus Randy Couture anymore. You're not even getting uh Stipe Miocic versus DC Cormier. Like these are names, these are marquee. This is marquee. If you go back to 2015, right, and announce John Jones versus Anderson Silva, that would be the biggest fight ever, ever. If they put that energy into now, building guys up and then forcing them to be rivalries, it kind of is like the WWE. You kind of have to look at it like that. Like you have to build these characters up so when they clash, everybody wants to see it.
Yep.
It's that simple.
And then this the last thing. Let's call it kind of a two-parter. Have a tournament. Maybe have a tournament every month or every 2 months. I think that'd be
Yeah,
fun for the sport. That'd be really fucking fun to see who's the top dog. You can still have these massive cards, but maybe in the prelims, start the tournament. And every fucking card, you go to the next round. And you go to the next round. And then maybe they can challenge the champion one night. Or
yeah,
they can have like how, see, I'm a WWE fan. They can have a number one contender when they win the tournament. Something
yeah.
like that to make it fun, man. To
The
make the
re
prelims
and
fun.
here's and I to an extent I agree because Pride did it and Pride used to thrive during their tournament. Um, and now obviously the PFL is doing it, so it's definitely
Yeah.
possible. I think the problem that the UFC runs into is you got 500 fighters. You got 500 fighters.
But how
And you
about this then?
what
How
are you
about this?
doing with all of them? And then because they aren't treated like independent contractors, I
That's
have
the
to have
thing.
guys in the tournament that's making similar amount of money.
That's the thing. So how about you have them fight for their life, for their livelihood? Maybe
Mm.
you can have a soccer type thing where you get relegated to a maybe they make another league where it's under people. Like it's a UFC, then maybe a pre-UFC or whatever the fuck you want to call it, to where they gotta earn their right. I just feel like there needs to be some type of system.
Yeah, I definitely think it should be some type. It should be a development system,
Yeah,
and
that's what.
I think tough is okay, but tough is watered down now because a lot of times politics play more of a role on the show than they should, and that's it's been like that for a while. You're also not getting the best fighters on that show because if I'm not mistaken, those fighters don't get paid to be on that show.
Mm, mm,
So why would I go on a
right.
tough and risk losing and risk literally shitting my career down the drain when I could
Nothing.
just go to one and dominate over on one for 2 years and come over here and I'll have a number next to my name.
Yep.
So it's like it's other ways to play it now. It's kind of like when NBA players or those college basketball players realize I can go overseas instead of going to college. It's like, what's the point then? So I think Dana definitely has to put some type of system in place to monitor the growth of these guys who are coming out of tough. Monitor their growth, then put money behind them. Get them the best trainers. Get the just like what Triple H do with NXT. Get them the best trainers. Get them the best. If you fail, it is 100% on you.
Yep.
You put these fighters in that type of position. Give them a chance to make mistakes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Treat them like that.
Exactly, because they what I feel like what they do, because I ain't been watching you. I'm not the biggest UFC fan. I like the fake shit, I like WWE, but you
Right.
know what I have seen is he don't like taking chances. Like, how to explain it? He don't like taking chances. How Triple H take chances, like Vince McMahon take chances.
Yeah.
He don't like to push his young fucking talent. I don't understand it. He always goes to these old ass, washed up ass motherfuckers, and you can tell that they need to be done in the ring. Like the last, with the well, not the one with the White House, the one before that.
That
You got
White
these
House
two
shit. That's a
old
whole
guys,
other thing.
like you got these two old motherfuckers fighting, and they just the match just I don't know, man. It didn't look right. And they
Yeah.
also my main thing they need to fucking fix is this officiating, bro. What the fuck? The
Yeah.
judging is rigged. I feel like this
Yeah.
judging shit is rigged. You gotta make these refs and these judges each round talk about what the fuck they seen. Talked about like give their thoughts about it because I feel like they wait to the last minute and be like, what's everybody voting on? What everybody betting on? Okay, let's go to the other one. Like
Yeah.
it just some of these fights, the one dude should have won and the other one won. I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I would say like when you think about sports like this where judges get involved, it's essentially like having five referees, five extra referees. So one thing we know about referees is they are flawed. And the landscape of referees in sports is not getting talked about enough, but it is bad right now. Referees stink right now
Hmm.
as a whole. With basketball, baseball, football, referees stink right now. They're not good. It's like they're calling things that you've never seen called before, and then they're not calling things that you see called all the time. It's some of the most ridiculous officiating. Nothing is consistent, and it's kind of the same thing with the UFC. It's not really consistent officiating. Some guys let things go on way further than they should. Some guys stop things way too fast, and some guys don't have that eye in their head that says, "Hey, he's not fighting back. You might want to stop this."
Right.
They just watching like, and now this dude got to go to the hospital and got multiple brain contusions. Like we have to remember that it's still fighting at the end of the day, um, and there has to be a line that gets drawn because at the end of the day, at what point are we watching people literally attempt murder? And that's not a joke. That's real talk. Like y'all fighting each other, y'all trained fighters. At what point are we allowing attempted murder? It was a guy, I can't remember his name, but I think they called him War Machine. But he was known for holding on to holds way too long. And he would choke people, and the ref would be trying to pull him off, and he just keep choking them. Like you have those type of people out here who, when they step in the cage, mentally, they're not even disciplined enough to know where that line is. So that's
Damn,
also
man.
a factor. Like you have to really put more into screening these guys, building them up, putting money behind them, and then letting them go in that octagon and make some mistakes. Stop hiding them. Stop trying to protect them. Because when they finally get up to the ranks and they get in front of one of these top guys, they get their ass kicked because they're not
Yep.
ready. They not prepared. And then it's like, well, now we can't put no more money behind you because we don't know if you can be the guy. Y'all didn't prepare him to be the guy.
Exactly.
But when John Jones came into it, look at the names they gave him when he first started. His first match was against a Hall of Famer. His first fight.
That's wild.
And he only lost because he did a 12-6 elbow, which they are about to make legal, not for nothing. But
Man.
the whole point I'm making is you gotta you gotta make some type of adjustment with how you booking fights and how you paying fighters to fight. Those two things gotta change.
Man, the way you explained it, that's why they need spokesperson. They need to listen to the fans. Listen to the fucking fans because they're the fucking that's who watches your shit. And you know
And you
who
watch
owns the
this.
shit? Fucking TKO.
Yeah,
Same
yeah.
shit WWE after. The same people own WWE. It's the same shit I'm seeing with UFC.
You
It's
and
all
UFC
about
wilding though, because you underpaying these fighters, but then you gonna go over here with the niggas who run the WWE and y'all trying to make a boxing organization. Like what are we doing? Nobody asked you to do that. Nobody wants that from you. Just like nobody wanted to watch big burly men smack each other. Nobody cares about that. Yes, it's good for highlights. It's good for 15-second clips. But nobody is sitting there for 3 hours watching guys smack each other. Who's paying top dollar for that? And you pumped money into that you could have been dispersing into
Mhm.
paying guys more or into making better contracts so guys don't mind being on exclusive contracts.
Yep.
At least at least if you're gonna do exclusive contracts, it should be guaranteed money. If I
Yep.
get hurt, I should still be getting paid a salary. It's common sense. Every other
Or
sport does it, and Dana's still operating like it's the 90s.
yep. They also need to, I feel like they need to put more, how you just said, put more money into the product. They need to put more money into the second market. Okay, you got these UFC guys that you can't showcase, right? You can't showcase on the shows. The shows are too stacked. The prelims are too stacked too, right? So you go make a
Mhm.
little show, man. Make a little sh side show. They own
Yeah, like
fucking
I
Paramount
see what you're
Plus,
saying. Like a
right? Make a
heat,
little.
like a month, like a Sunday night heat
Exactly,
type of show.
exactly,
I see
exactly.
what you're
Make
saying.
one of those like a Saturday night main event, a Sunday
Yeah.
night heat, something like that to showcase these smaller things.
And
Like
see, the thing is, they would typically do fight night, UFC fight night. But now I don't even see that no more. I don't see UFC. I don't even know if they do it anymore.
crazy, man. And you can even put the little tournament on that, man. Put the little tournament on that shit. Like on Paramount Plus exclusive. You gotta pump more
Hmm.
money into this shit, man. But we gonna move on to the actual UFC fucking main event, man. How you feeling about it, man?
Um, hold on, because I forgot that it was a card. You talking about it's McGregor and Max Holloway, right? And it's my tripping
It's McGregor and
Max
yep, Max
Holloway.
Holloway too. Yep, the second
Yep.
fight.
Second one. Right. I think that it kind of speaks to what we've been saying. I mean, in this era of UFC, we've seen more non-champions main eventing pay-per-views. And that's another thing. The UFC might be doing too many pay-per-views. Like y'all up to UFC 329, what is it, 330? 330 UFCs? Bro,
Shit, wow.
y'all been that means so realistically, they've been around since 93. That's 300 pay-per-views, 300 plus pay-per-views.
That's a shit ton of
So
pay-per-view.
that is roughly 10 pay-per-views a year. That is insane for a combat fighting organization. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You don't need that many pay-per-views. Maybe six, maybe every other month. Give time to build up these storylines,
Yes, exactly.
build up the hype for the fights, make the fights mean something. But now y'all got dudes headline fights that we ain't even seen in 5 years.
Exactly. That's why they need to have a fucking weekly fucking product, like you said, the fight night shit. Like something like that, so you don't have to have a UFC 6,000. Like, come on,
Yeah,
man. Shit.
yeah. That is where some of those other because those other shows, those side shows, that's where you broadcast your young talent.
Yep.
That's where you broadcast these up and comers and give them their opportunities to shine. And you make them look like a big deal so fans can rally around them. That's the whole point. Create them a fan base. That's how back in the early days, guys who wasn't high up the card was still making money because they could get sponsorships because hey, my fight is on TV. Somebody saw me. So it's like we not getting access to these new guys.
Right.
We just not. And then when these guys become somebody, y'all push them to the moon before they even learn how to be a star.
Yep.
They don't even know who they are yet. They just started learning how to win
That's true.
consistently, learning their superpowers, just really figuring it out. And every time a lot of these guys have that chance for that breakout performance, they lose. They're not ready. It's not because they're not good enough. It's because they're not ready. And Dana treats them like, oh, they're not good enough. So you lose a fight, and now you're shelved for a year.
Yep.
Whereas if you win a fight, you on the next card. But if you lose a fight, they won't see you again for 6 months to a year.
And it just seemed like it's also the same motherfuckers, bro.
It is.
Like,
It is.
give me a young guy that's ready to fucking ball out. Maybe he lose still, but show him some. Let him show himself, bro. Like, show his talents, bro. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking six people fight every fucking other card.
Bro. And it's like when you see some of the fights that gets booked, you can kind of tell when guys throw a wrench in the plan. Like the way that they were pushing Ilya Topuria, they didn't expect Justin Gaethje to beat him. They
Mm.
did not. They thought this was going to be a classic performance for him. And Justin Gaethje has always been a spoiler. He's always played that role. Um, I think that's a guy that they never anticipated being champion because he's a tough out for a lot of guys in that division. He's a tough out for a lot of guys in that division. So it's like, for me, I think they hide some of the biggest names from some of the guys who might not be considered on that level that can actually hang with them. And the only reason a Justin Gaethje wouldn't be considered on his level is because of the way they push Ilya versus how they push Justin. They don't push Justin. They don't treat him like he's a top fighter. They treat him like he's just another guy. And now they have to treat him like he's a top fighter.
Right.
But fights like that is what levels the sport back up. The unpredictability. Anybody can lose on any given fight. Since we
Damn, man,
don't
you
have
speaking
those,
fight.
you see what I'm saying? Since we don't have those John Jones that can just sell a fight off of mystique and aura, you gotta sell a fight off of just being a slobber knocker. People just
Right.
want to see that. People want to
Right.
see that. That's why we like Gladiator. Remember, people used to line up to see gladiators just
Hell yeah.
kill each other. It's blood sport. We want to see bangers. And I haven't seen a real banger in a long time. A real just, yeah, both of them dudes died in that ring. I ain't seen it in a long time.
It's been
There
so
was a,
long,
there was
bro.
a time where you would see it all the time. It was always a fight. You never knew who was gonna win.
All right, you ready? So this is the last segment. All right. This is called Elijah's textbook parlay. I'm gonna give you the names.
All
You
right,
give me the winners, okay? We're gonna make a parlay out of this shit. All
all
right.
right. So,
So the first one is King Green versus Terrence McKinney. King Green money line is these gonna be quick. It's five, six different matches, so we got about 3 minutes. So King Green
give
is
me
minus 112 and Terrence McKinney is minus 108.
say his name again. King Green or
Yeah,
King?
King Green.
Give me King Green. I like that name.
Okay. Brandon Royval
Okay,
and Lenore Kevion.
is this the main card?
Yeah, this is the main card.
What division are they in?
Yeah, hold on. This is
Give me the dude whose name you couldn't pronounce.
this is hold on, I'm about to go to it. Hold on real
Are they
quick.
featherweight? Sound like
These dudes are where they at? Oh, here we go. Flyweight.
flyweight. See, yeah, yeah. See,
Lenore, dude.
give me
He
Lenore. Yeah,
minus He minus 218 too. God damn.
Yep, give me him.
So so Mario Batista and Corey Saganon.
Ooh, um, give me Mario Batista on that.
Okay. And he the underdog. I like it.
I don't like that one though.
All right. Benoit Saint Denis and Patty Pimblett.
I'm always gonna go with Patty. Always gonna go with
Patty.
Patty, man. That's my guy. I fuck with Patty, man.
Okay. So, okay. The main event. Time for the main event. I'm gonna put you on the spot right here. Who wins? Conor McGregor or Max Holloway? Can Conor McGregor do it? Big time underdog.
There's something about a underdog Conor McGregor, and I just don't know if betting against Conor McGregor is what I'm willing to do. Unless, unless he's stepping in there with Max Holloway. So I'm gonna go with Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway is actually gonna make it a slugfest to the level that I don't think Conor McGregor is gonna be ready for. Plus, the obvious, he been gone for so long. I think that rust is gonna be too much to overcome.
Okay. So your parlay is plus 1774, man. So we're gonna come back next week and see if that bitch hit. But we got we got NBA next week. We got NFL next week. Hopefully LeBron have a destination. Hopefully. Hopefully he don't drag it out for the whole fucking summer. Um, any last words from you, Elijah?
Um, for the most part, I just I just feel like as far as in the real world, everybody need to just mind their damn business and shut the fuck up.
Let's go.